So what even is an iBuyer, and should you sell your house to one? I got this email, it's in my inbox a couple of weeks ago, and it's from a respected industry expert, and the headline is, iBuyer's market share soars in 2021. So what's an iBuyer? Well, an iBuyer is the latest tech disruptor in the real estate industry. And tech disruptors are not new. I can think back to 2004 when Zillow launched, right? And the industry was really concerned that Zillow, this was a disintermediation play, and they were going to use the internet to basically do to realtors what Priceline and Hotwire had done to travel agents. The consumer wasn't going to need us anymore. They had access to all the information. I guess they were just going to click add to cart when they saw a house that they liked and then proceed to check out. And obviously that hasn't happened yet. But there have been all kinds of technological innovations in the last 15, 20 years in the business. I can remember when I started in 2003, the MLS had just gone online, and that meant that agents could access the MLS from anywhere. They had an internet connection, but it was 2003, so that really meant just, I guess, if they had a dial-up connection at home. But obviously that was impactful, and it led to brokerage websites and then agent websites, and agents had to learn how to take digital photos and upload them, and forms were PDF. We eventually have electronic signatures, but we also have virtual tours and 3D Matterport walkthroughs. And so technologies that disrupted the real estate industry have stuck around and made the process better. They've been better for brokers, agents, better for consumers, buyers and sellers. But then iBuyer. So back to the iBuyer is nothing more than a company or website that wants to buy your house sight unseen. At least that's how they lay it out there. You can go on their website, you can put in your address, they'll pull the size and age and location, and then they'll make you an offer, right? Kind of like the way you sell a car online. And you can accept the offer, they'll take the house as is, you don't have to do any repairs, you can close when you want to close, and it'll give you some certainty without having to go through the process. And this makes sense for some people. If it makes sense for you, you need to check with your agent. I mean, we have investors. I have investors who would love to buy your house, would love to buy it with you in it, as is, and close on your time frame. They'll be all cash, but they're not going to pay you, just like the iBuyer, they're going to pay you under market. The iBuyer, after you agree on a price, is going to send you a contract, and there's going to be fees. So you're not completely avoiding commissions. And then they're going to do inspections, and they're going to renegotiate that price once they know what work needs to be done. You don't have to do the work, but they're going to account for the work that needs to be done for the house. So just like our investors, they're going to need to make a profit, right? They're going to have a holding cost. They're going to have a cost of sale. They are going to have to fix the house up to get full market value if the house is in disrepair. So this doesn't work for most sellers. And so this massive increase in market share for the iBuyers in 2021 was 1.3%. That's the total. 1.3% of the market goes to iBuyer. So basically nobody does this. 99 out of 100 of us will go through and make the repairs and market our house and let it be shown and have our agent hold it open and get market value for our house. And this iBuyer thing is just a gimmick. I think that the value of the iBuyer is that they can get you to raise your hand. I mean, I thought Zillow was going to make a killing at this, because you'd put in your address and say, hey, Zillow, I want an instant offer on my house. And they would shoot you back a number, and you'd say, that's way too low. But what does Zillow know now? Zillow now knows that you want to sell your house. And then we're going to sell your info to an agent, because that's what Zillow does. That's what they're good at. They're an advertising company, just like every other Web 2.0 company that's out there. Facebook, Google, Twitter, that's all these companies are, is advertising companies. They get you on their website, they collect your information, and then they can turn around and they can sell it to the advertiser to whom it makes the most sense. And that's what they do. And Zillow is good at that, but they weren't good at this iBuyer thing. They actually shut down the Zillow Offers program in the third quarter of last year after it lost more than $1 billion in 3.5 years. Zillow hasn't made money doing mortgages either. They're going to get out of that business too. They announced on their last earnings call, $50 million is what they lost last year trying to generate mortgages online, which should be easy, should be profitable. Look at Rocket or any of these other companies. I mean, a mortgage is a commodity. You can get one online. At least during the refi boom that we've been through, they should have been able to make money doing that. But Zillow is going to refocus on the Premier Agent program, which basically is advertising and selling leads back to agents, which isn't a bad thing. I participated. I've been a Zillow Premier agent. I bought leads. It makes sense for certain business models, certain agents getting into the business that need to generate lead flow. So I'm not down on Zillow. But if you're looking at Open Door or Purple Bricks, or you think that selling your house to an iBuyer is going to be easy and convenient and the discount makes sense to you, call your agent, call me. We have buyers. We can make that happen for you. Just like they can. And as far as tech disruptors, I will just leave you with a couple of stock charts. Some of these companies that have come into the real estate business claiming to have built a better mousetrap, that they're using the internet and technology to change the consumer experience or give money back to the consumer. In the greatest real estate market that we've seen in a generation over the past year, none of these guys have made this work. None of them have made any money. I'll let you just look up the stock charts on those. And if you have more questions or ideas about tech disruptors in real estate, I'd love to hear from you. Send me a message, DM me. If you're thinking of selling and you want an instant offer, reach out, let me know. We'll get an investor to look at your property and get you taken care of.